to Death Stranding here. I'm trying to get everything set up, so give me 1 sec. Yeah, there's some commentary. I'm trying to refresh. I'm making sure my stream's going well, and then we can get down to business here. Looks like we're active on YouTube now. All right, sound's coming through well. Depends on if I'm actually like clicking in at the particular time too. It looks like we're all set to go. Hopefully if there's any other issues, chat can speak up about it. But okay. See, let's start Death Stranding. Oh. Gotta turn the camera on too. Anytime I click out of Death Stranding, the sound goes out, so. Alright. Do we want to do a Death Stranding recap? I kinda do. I'm just kicking the game on. I'm kind of interested to see what they would say on their recap. So let's do that, and then we can warm up.
Perhaps you remember me. That's right. It's Dead Man. The world, as you know, is in awful shape, and it's all because of the Death Stranding.
Yeah, it killed a lot of people.
The dead started to find their way into our midst, crossing over from the other side. We call these entities BTs.
I forget who the voice actor is, but I do know.
When they came into contact with the
if
living,
I heard the name,
the result was instant annihilation. A void out, leaving nothing but a massive crater in its wake. But that was only the beginning. Strange rain fell from the sky, rapidly aging everything it touched. A phenomenon we came to know as timefall. Structures would rust and collapse, and people grew old in an instant. The world transformed into something completely unrecognizable.
Okay.
Those who survived these changes came to fear both timefall and BTs alike. They withdrew into the remaining cities, which in turn closed their doors to outsiders. People ceased to travel and stopped meeting in person. They grew distant from one another and became further isolated. The social, cultural, and political bonds between humans began to crumble. The Death Stranding was hastening humanity's extinction. Seeing this, Bridget Strand, the last president of the United States of America, founded Bridges, an organization committed to making America whole again and providing a future for all humankind. However, Bridget died before she could realize this ambition.
Which just happened to
It
be
was
my
you,
mother,
Sam,
right?
who took up her cause and resolved to see it through. Sam, the humble porter, who also possessed the unique powers of a repatriate. The one and only person who could save humanity.
Yeah, it is
So
nice
with
being able to,
Bridget's Cupid in
come back
hand,
from the dead.
and accompanied by the bridge baby Lou, you embarked on a journey across North America. Of course, you had struggles of your own, often phosmophobia, or the fear of being touched.
Often
The despair of
phosmophobia.
having lost everything was just too much. But despite it all, you strive to bring people together. By extending the chiral network across the length and breadth of the continent, you would enable the rebirth of the United States as the United Cities of America. You were also to rescue Bridget's daughter, Amelie, who had been taken captive by terrorists. These were the vital missions you were entrusted with, Sam. We, your friends at Bridges, did everything we could to support your efforts.
Oh yeah, that carbon
There
fiber
was our
face he used to
director,
have.
Di Hardman, a close associate of Bridget, who was dedicated to fulfilling her final wishes. His commitment to American Reconstructionism was absolute, and for that he was named the first president of the
Yeah,
UCA.
I remember that guy. I thought he was going to be a bad guy at first, but he turned out to be decent, so...
And of course, Sam, the incomparable Dead Man, yours truly. I'd like to think we became the
Was this
best
like
of
good-
friends.
What, like
As you
Benicio
may
del
recall,
Toro?
I was
Like,
born
there's
from
some...
an artificial womb, and
God,
over the course
okay.
of my life was
See,
the
if I click out of
recipient
this, we'll
numerous
lose
organ
sound.
transplants.
But
I've always got on with the dead.
person who
I used to be a
voices this
coroner.
definitely
Anyway,
is
I
a name
pushed
you'd
myself
recognize.
physically
A lot
and
of these
mentally
people
to
are,
help you and your BB, Lou.
or at least most people. BB was the baby.
Mama and Lakna were twin sisters, as you may remember. Skilled scientists who developed the Cupid, which was essential for chiral network expansion. A personal tragedy caused the two of them to grow apart, but they've since reconciled, with both their souls residing in the same body.
Okay. I remember some of that, yeah.
Hartman. Every 21 minutes, his soul departs his physical form, and for 3 minutes, his body is clinically dead.
Yeah, this
During
guy just dies and
temporary
shocks
death,
himself back to
his
life.
soul is sent to the beach. That's why he knows more about the beach and the Death Stranding than anyone else. His knowledge proved indispensable in the execution of your mission, Sam.
It's good we got like this Netflix recap, because I am remembering some of these things.
Leader of the private delivery outfit, Fragile Express. Exposure to timefall caused her entire body from the neck down to age significantly. It was the mark of a terrible betrayal. Higgs, a former comrade, used timefall as an instrument of torture, you see. To no surprise, Fragile was hell-bent on getting revenge. But after meeting you, Sam, she had a change of heart.
An aged heart, by the way. I'm not sure how the body metabolizes in timefall. I want to put that out there real quick.
As your friends, we would stop at nothing to see you succeed. But ultimately, crossing the continent was something you had to do on your own, with only Lou for company, and with no end to the forces that stood in opposition. Deadly BTs, unforgiving terrain and unpredictable weather, ruthless terrorists. The list goes on.
Yeah, well, this is still very hopeful music, so I think we're going to be okay, because I already beat that game.
Without a doubt, your greatest enemy was Higgs. Convinced that humanity deserved to go extinct, he kidnapped Amelie and tried to torment you and countless others. But neither he nor anything else could stop you from achieving your goal. The chiral network was finally completed. The bridge to the future was built, but your ordeal was not yet over. you got to learn the real nature of the Death Stranding. A secret that Amelie had kept hidden from us all this time. And a terrible truth you had to face. But you accepted this final revelation, Sam, and did what had to be done.
In order to beat the game, yes.
America rose from the ashes as the UCA. And as the people celebrated your accomplishments, you carried out one final mission in secret. To save your BB. To save Lou. You removed the child from the pod that was their prison and began a new life together. And so it was that the two of you vanished without so much as a trace.
But we're about to trace it. Alright, decent recap. You know, Netflix does this all the time when it's like, man, I got so much media that I've been viewing. I'm sorry, what were we working with first season? And now we remember, yeah. You know, there are things like I forgot about, like Hartman. Oh yeah, that guy just, like, kills himself and resurrects himself to be part... Yeah, there's a lot about the theme of death, you know. Kojima did really good on balancing a lot of different aspects to it. So, I guess it's time to play. Yes, please, I mean, autosave as much as you can. Damn. For those of you seeking ultimate gameplay challenge, I'm not trying to do that right now. Brutal. Normal. Gameplay remains relatively effortless. Relative to whom, I would say. Allowing you to enjoy the story. Alright, so I do want some challenging gameplay. And this can be changed at any time in the options menu, so at least there's that. Normal, I guess, where you're not trying to go to either extreme. It's kind of like on those questionnaires, like, on a scale from 1 to 3, on a scale from 1 to 5, how do you want to play this game? A 3. Mostly like you're just not trying to make any decisions right now. And the answer is yes. That's, you know, going into this new game, kind of how I'm doing it. And actually, obviously, it says in yellow up there. If I start it to the Wilder, which is more brutal than brutal, maybe I'll try that at one point. But at this point, I want to just try the game in normal and see what I'm working with. Yeah, I mean, so long as it's... Look, I'm going to tell you guys my real birthday. Oh, yes, it is, sorry. This is exciting. Oh, I thought this was a loading screen. I gotta press enter. Oh yeah, this is the Kojima moon whale opening, holographic moon whale. Lot to unpack there. Once there was an explosion. No, multiple times there was explosions. Oh yeah. Beach things, BTs, lost spirits of the dead, found their way into our midst. when they came into contact with the living, the result was instant annihilation of void out. Since most could neither see nor sense BTs, people lived in fear of them, withdrawing from the outside worlds. Cities became isolated, and humanity crept toward extinction. To unite what was left of America, a porter named Sam forged a bond with a bridge-baiting beauty called Lou, who possessed a connection to the other side. Together, they journeyed west across the continent, reconnecting the people through the chiral network. But on the day the United Cities of America celebrated the nation's rebirth, Sam and Lou vanished without a trace. Though UCA officials attempted to track them down, the pair's whereabouts remain unknown until now. 11 months later.
Me?
So
I've always loved portals.
sorry, I don't have to narrate all the
Through
text on
freezing
screen.
rain and biting wind, across rivers, mountains,
I got captions.
and endless deserts. They come to deliver something priceless, a glimpse of a life I've never known. They're my window, my sole connection to the outside world. And I know they'll be back again, today.
Minus 61.
This game already always had good music.
Have I really loved someone? Do I deserve what I've got? Now the great system's down into traps and the fears switching sides. I own $1 million worth of stock, but I still won't sleep at night. What is it that I've become? Minus 61. Now the water level rises high in my cold paradise, where men sit in circles and talk
Guillermo del Toro.
numbers I never really liked. The way they think of life as some kind of gamble and watch the city drown. Where is it that I belong?
I actually just realized that oh, hold on. I shouldn't be able to broadcast this game with the music. The music is actually part of copyright. That would get me in trouble. So I'm going to listen to some badass music, by the way. You're all going to miss out. At least I'm pretty sure that's how music works. I'll double back with you on that one. Oh. They got some good music going. All right, so I think I'm going to have to turn the music back on and risk copyright issues. I mean, they put the music in the game. All right. Yeah, I'm on a cliff right now. can run down this ridge, I guess.
Easy does it. Sorry.
I'm assuming I gotta go this direction. Yeah, view destination. They're not showing me the destination. They're showing me my nearby. I mean, there's something down there. Now my keystrokes are reading correctly. I mean, I saw something down there. Yeah, there's markers, but I don't necessarily want to go into the cavern. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you run, you get unstable. All right, well, let's carefully walk down there. Carefully. I said carefully. Oh wait, all I was going for was a ladder? I mean, okay. Hold it for a second. Okay. Wait, did I drop something? Why am I dropping it? No, honestly, I don't need a ladder. I need to know where I'm going. It looked like I was going this direction. Hideo Kojima? Hideo Kojima? Oh, don't fall, don't fall.
Definitely don't want to fall here.
Yeah, let's use the ridges. The music's pretty epic. I'm just having... I mean, I guess I'm going towards...
I feel that. Pretty damn shaky.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. God damn. Okay, no. Grip, grip, go. Come on, you got it. I'm not moving, I'm just trying to stay steady. Yeah. No, cute. What are you doing here? Q, right? Do I hold Q? Well, I still think walking along this ridge is probably the best option. Come on. Well, the opening credits are still playing. I feel like I'm doing the right thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep up with the ridge. Be careful, because you can't lose your footing.
Back home in
percussion always sounds epic when you don't have cymbals involved.
Gotta move.
Oh, shit. Rain usually means timefall, if I remember correctly. So timefall means that you start... it's not like regular rain. It means that you're actually advancing in time. You and your cargo is getting older. Come on. So you can stumble. Yeah, I need to get out of this rainfall with what they call rainfall. I think it's timefall around here. Yep. Yep, that looks like the city over there. Oh, I got an aerial camera?
Somebody lend me a hand!
I can call for help? That was an option? Okay. Y button.
Easy now.
This doesn't look good. This looks, yeah, this looks steep and uninviting. I don't know if I should do that. I'm gonna backtrack. Alright, I'm gonna try to cross over this ridge. Goddamn, I know I gotta get to that city. Alright, here. Cut this way. Oh. Whoop, whoop. A lot of steep stuff here. But I need to get that way. I need to get to those city walls. Yeah, if I'd splurged for a... Oh, I'm slipping. I am slipping. I mean, Q is supposed to do compass mode. I mean, it definitely shows me the terrain, but it doesn't show me the exact way I'm supposed to get there. I mean, I'm just trying to head towards the city at this point. I already got my BB on my chest and some cargo. God damn. Alright, I'm gonna use the ridge. I guess maybe, is this a really big intro to the game? I mean, I'm cool with it once I start. Oh, damn. It's not good. Okay. I know, I'm trying to beeline it. Do I have a map? M for map? Nope. M is... And I'm in Mexico somewhere. Okay. Nope, no map. I have Q. And that just gives me kind of a general idea of the topography. And where my... where my steps have gone. Like I said, I'm just trying to go as the crow flies. It's probably not the best way to do it, but... Like I said, I don't have any other map to show me like how I would more preferably do this. I think that's part of the point, is that, you know... Oh! Yep. Stumble a bit. Ah, shit. Alright, well, I'll go the easy route for a little bit. It seems like I can climb through some of this stuff, so I'm gonna do that. Yep, and then just find a way up. Alright, well. Almost slipped again? Okay. Let's head to the valley. Try to make our way there. I'll put some shift on it for some boost. Yeah, not even really hurting my stamina right now. Okay. Looks like we're getting to the city. What's our... Whoop, 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 whoop. Don't go too far. That was a cliff. Alright, what's my next move over here? These look like failed roads and failed structures. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to necessarily get through, but I'll move closer. Wait, do I have access to a car? Maybe. U button? Ah, it's my U button. It's reading my keyboard as Dvorak, so... I don't need the ladder. might need to be on the other side of the fence, but I think there is a piece of the fence broken. Kind of looks like the southern border wall. I mean, I think I was in Mexico. It said Mexico a second ago. Alright, let's go. Where's the entrance? I was just running towards the lights. I don't even know how they're gonna let me in. Fuck. Oh. Okay, so there's a huge river over here. I don't think swimming is a good idea, but
Enough already.
what do you mean enough already? Like, what do we do right now? Well, I guess there was a bridge over there. Probably what we should do is use that bridge. What is this marker? Something to eat. Maybe I did eat it. Okay. Something to pick up. Oh yeah, some cowl crystals. Yep, running on sand is exhausting. They definitely got the physics working well there. Jumping over that, or walking over that, works either way. Nope, no. No, you're supposed to climb the whole way. See, now baby is mad. Alright. God, those rapids could have been disastrous, but I made it. Yeah, I'm gonna jump. Oh, that didn't work. That was disastrous. I feel like that should have worked, but I fucked it up. Yeah, baby, life sucks. Welcome to the apocalypse. I don't actually know exactly where I'm supposed to be going right now. so I guess positive. Seems to just be slowing me down. I just want to make it into the city, man. That's like my only goal right now. That's a warning sign. Preferencia? Oh, yeah. You know.
I need something to pick me up.
Don't we all, man? Don't we all? Alright, that looks like a refuge over there, which is separated by a river, which I'm pretty much just gonna jump across at this point. This looks like the narrowest point. Alright, let's do it. Yeah, this rain is supposed to be timefall, if I remember correctly, but we're not doing timefall right now, which is good. Alright. Alright, here we go. Won't let me go to the private room yet. And this terminal is locked. What are we doing? I mean, I made it to a station. This shit's locked. Okay, so that's locked. I can't go to a private room. That is you that I'm pressing, by the way. Alright. I'm gonna save from here. And pause for a second. So I'm gonna eat some food. And be back.
something to pick me up.